So, Gavin announced late 2022 in October that he had started development on his next game. I'd imagine official development would have started shortly after the release of Choo Choo Charles in December 2022. So, as of today, you can imagine the game has well over a year in development, which means we may be seeing some gameplay sometime soon, as we started seeing Choo Choo Charles gameplay after it had been in development for a similar time. Choo Choo Charles, great game by the way, super iconic villain, or monster train. But the sequel won't be Gavin's next game, as he's mentioned a few times. His next game will be multiplayer. I won't lie, that's kind of a... I much prefer storytelling and a focus on a good protagonist or monster train. Monster train, that's gonna be said a couple hundred times on this video by the way. Regardless, we know it won't be a Choo Charles sequel, nor will it be that Gus the Bus DLC. That would have been really cool, particularly if this was released with that Nightmare Mode expansion late last year. Caterpillar Bus. Caterpillar Bus? What exactly would have been a cool idea combination for Gus? On the bright side though, I'm happy to mention the next game will contain facial animations. And, wait for it, the characters can actually blink in this next game. That sounds good, but it's not much. What else do we know about this new game? Well, based on this post Gavin made 8 months ago, working on some really cool stuff, we know the game won't be warm, and we won't be seeing it for a while. Well, 8 months is a while, Gavin! 6 months ago, can't wait to start making devlogs about my new game. 5 months ago, my next game is unlike anything I've ever created before. 3 months ago, this is what I'm working on. Okay. 2 months ago, released the first screenshot to my new game. Working on my new game. Don't want to spoil anything, so for the next 3 months, I'll just post oddly cropped screenshots that tell you absolutely nothing about it. Monstrous! 1 month ago, from my new game. Is that a keyboard? Okay, 3 weeks ago. Here's another incredibly informative screenshot from the new game. I did all this research, and I still know nothing! Like, can someone tell me what Gurjantin means? 3 weeks ago. Item name, Gurjantin's ID card. Item description, why the fudge are they named Gurjantin? There are a lot of Gurjantins in my new game. I love Gurjantin. Gurjantin better be Gurjantining when I play the game. Okay, 2 weeks ago. This new project is the most advanced, most dynamic, and by far the goofiest game I've ever made. So hyped to announce it. Tell your friends I'm announcing my best game ever soon. I got a feeling this game is gonna be the bomb. But the most important question is, will it be a bigger bomb than Spider Train? I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to wait a few more months to find out when we watch that first devlog. Personally, I don't doubt Gavin will make a good game, but I don't think you can make anything as iconic as Choo Choo Charles twice, especially considering this is multiplayer. I'm hoping there's an actual offline story to the game with the option to play multiplayer as well. Fingers crossed, we'll see something at least nearly as iconic as Charles, but one thing is certain, nothing beats Spider Train. Can you imagine if this is gonna be like a Choo Choo Charles battle royale with hundreds of people skydiving to the map, trying to see who's gonna survive the longest and be the last man standing against Charles? Sorta like Warzone, except there's a massive spider train trying to dance with your corpse. That'll be fun. Anyway, the one upside to Gavin not working on a sequel to Charles right away is it gives him time to grow as a developer in terms of experience, but also like bank. So you better believe the next time we see Charles, it'll be in all of that AAA glory that Bright Smile deserves. Why Choo Choo Charles is the conductor of chaos. The origin story. Legend has it that Choo Choo Charles was born with a ticket in one hand and a whistle in the other. From a young age, he was obsessed with trains. So much so that he didn't lie when he told his father he was going to replace his butt with a train boxcar. There was one infamous incident though that cemented Choo Choo Charles' status as a legend. Rumor has it that he once stopped the train mid-journey to rescue a stray cat stuck in a tree alongside the train tracks. He climbed out of the conductor's cabin, scaled up the tree like a nimble ninja, and returned triumphantly with the cat perched on his shoulder, all while the passengers cheered and applauded until he ate the cat. Like out of nowhere, boom.
Damn.
Super unexpected. Fortunately, the passengers survived this experience, but never looked at trains the same way again. In a world full of villains, each more diabolical than the last, Choo Choo Charles is a locomotive legend who's chugging along the tracks of infamy with unparalleled panache. Brace yourself, Justin, for the grand arrival of Choo Choo Charles, the villain extraordinaire whose antics are as unforgettable as they are uproarious. But what exactly makes him the creme de la creme of villainy? Buckle up, because we're about to embark on a hilarious journey to uncover the secrets behind Choo Choo Charles's villainous brilliance. 1. Train of thought. While most villains opt for elaborate schemes involving world domination or mystical artifacts, Choo Choo Charles keeps it simple. He just wants to be the fastest train around. His diabolical plans often involve sabotaging other locomotives or hijacking train stations, all in the name of locomotive superiority. Talk about a locomotive with lofty ambitions. 2. Steam-powered shenanigans. Forget high-tech gadgets or supernatural powers. Choo Choo Charles relies on good old-fashioned steam power to wreak his havoc. Whether it's billowing smoke to obscure his escape or using his whistle to signal his nefarious intentions, he's a master of steam-powered shenanigans. 3. The power of puns. What sets Choo Choo Charles apart from other villains is his penchant for puns. From all aboard the pain train to shoot dang, you're on the wrong track, mister. He never misses an opportunity to deliver a cheesy one-liner before making his getaway. His puns may be cringeworthy, but they always leave his adversaries rolling their eyes in disbelief. 4. Mustache madness. If there's one thing that sets Choo Choo Charles apart from the villainous pack, it's his magnificent blood-red mustache. It's not just a facial accessory, it's a symbol of his villainous gravitas. With each twirl of his handlebar mustache, he announces his presence with an air of dastardly sophistication that leaves heroes quaking in their boots, or locomotive wheels, we should say. 5. The art of train napping. Forget about kidnapping damsels in distress or holding cities for ransom. Choo Choo Charles prefers to specialize in the fine art of train napping. He's not satisfied with merely stealing the occasional locomotive. He wants to collect them all, like a villainous Pokemon trainer on a mission to catch all of them. All aboard the express train to chaos. 6. Whistle while you wreak havoc. What's a villain without a signature catchphrase? Choo Choo Charles takes this concept to the next level with his trademark whistle, which he uses to signal his nefarious intentions to the world. Whether he's announcing his arrival with an ominous toot or signaling his getaway with a triumphant blast, his whistle is the sound of impending mischief. 7. Unstoppable laughter. At the end of the day, what truly sets Choo Choo Charles apart is his ability to entertain. Sure, he may be a villain, but he's a villain with a heart, albeit a heart of coal. Whether he's causing chaos on the rails or engaging in an epic showdown with our heroes, you can always count on him to keep the laughs rolling like a runaway train. Justin, subscribe! I've told you once and I will tell you again.